Right, well I've just got back from filming a fishing competition with Tony Kerridge down at Pevensey Bay. It was the Pevensey Bay Angling Club competition, and the video will be out on the Tony's Tackle Sea Fishing channel. But as it wasn't a catch and release, I went to the weigh-in and there were a few plaice that I was managed to get hold of. So I managed to get hold of a couple of nice little plaice, which are ideal pan-sized plaice, and actually they're quite fat. I mean, normally at this time of the year, plaice are a bit spawned out and a bit lean, but these two have got a little bit of body to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet them off, and then I'm going to ceviche them. So they're not going to be cooked; they're going to be cooked in lemon juice, i.e. the acidity of the lemon juice will cook the meat, will cure the meat without any heat being applied to it, and it makes a very, very nice meal. So let's have a look at how we're going to do that. So we need to clean these fish out, for which I need a sharp knife. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to cut as much of the meat off the bone as we can. So I went down through the lateral line and then turn the knife and then run the knife along the ribs. There's quite a nice bit of meat coming off that. Now I'm not a professional fish filleter, and I'm sure there's people out there who are going to watch what I'm doing and say, no, you've done that wrong. But you know, there's more than one way to fillet a fish. Now, plaice are a little bit lean at this time of the year because they've just spawned, so there's not a vast amount of meat on them. Need a sharp, flexible knife to do this. I'm using an Innova filleting knife here, which is very sharp, so I do have to be aware of that when it's near my fingers. And then when we get down to the fin edge, we're going to cut down just along the line inside the fins. We should just be able to peel that apart. A bit up there. Now we are going to skin this, so we are going to lose a bit of meat from there. So we're not going to get a huge amount of meat. It's more of a starter than a main course, if we say. And we want thin slivers of it because we want the acidity of the lime juice and orange juice to cure the flesh. Right, and repeat that with this fish. try and cut away from your hands if you can, because one little slip and it gives you a nasty cut. So there's the two Plaice frames, fillets taken off them. Not a vast amount of meat, but to be honest with you, with ceviche you don't need a lot of meat. This is a way of dealing with small bits of white meat, really. You do know it will probably only be me that eats it. So the next chore is going to be skinning those fillets. So just clean up the board a little bit. Take hold of an end, run the knife underneath so it's running down the skin, and then we kind of pull the fillet while running the knife along outside the skin. It's coming off all right. That went all right. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a bit of meat wasted there, but nice little skinned fillet there. So I can imagine if you rolled that in some egg wash and breadcrumbs and deep fried it, that would be very nice actually. But we're not going to do that. We're going to ceviche it. So some of these fillets are a bit small, so there won't be a vast amount of meat come off them. But as I say, for ceviche, doesn't have to be a huge amount. Now you do need a sharp flexible knife to do this. I have to say, this is a nice flexible knife and it's certainly sharp. The skin, slippery as a fish. Just that what I was doing, it was going all right. Come on, another nice little skinless fillet. So there we go, some nice little skinless fillet. Just trim them up a little bit. Bit of the stomach lining there, but I don't want that in it. Right, so to the next stage. So we're just cutting very thin little strips of it. So cutting it in at an angle to make them nice and thin, because obviously the thinner they are, the more readily the lime juice etc will cure the flesh. Now I'm only going to do a very basic ceviche here. I'm not going to, there's all sorts of things you can put into it, and if you go onto YouTube you can find all sorts of videos on how to make ceviche traditional, and various herbs and spices you can put in it. All I'm going to put in this is salt, and I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment because I'm going to use lime and orange juice, because I've heard that the orange juice makes quite a difference to it, makes it a bit sweeter. We sprinkle a bit of salt on them first. It sort of draws the fluid out of it a little bit as well, and helps with the curing process. Now you can see how this is kind of semi-translucent or transparent. When the curing process starts, the acid in the lime juice etc will make this quite opaque, and that's, you know, like a cooked fish. So it is curing or cooking the fish, but albeit no heat involved. And trust me, it is delicious. Well, it has been every other time I've done it. It might be a little bit different with the orange juice, but you never know. So spread it around the bowl, so just a layer of it on the bowl there. hands off because I'm going to be using sea salt. I need to be able to crush it between my fingers, so I don't want it dissolving on my hands, because it will defeat the purpose. We don't put too much salt in it because we don't want it too salty. But, I mean, I did make a mistake last time and I put the salt in after I'd done the curing process, and actually it was right. Right, so that's enough salt. So now for the lemon and the lime, or the lime and the orange. Just push it down into the centre of the bowl so it's all soaking into the juices. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of cling film over the top of that, and then we're going to whack it in the fridge. Now again, I don't know what there is a time on it, but we'll keep an eye on it, and when it looks as though it's done, we will whisk it out and have a go eating it. Now, as I say, you can go online and you can find all sorts of recipes for ceviche, and I'm just trying to keep it simple. Put some space in the fridge, of course, is the next question. So while that's curing, let's have a little bit of tequila, just to keep it in the Latin spirit. So a bit of salt, my hand there, bit of lime, and I haven't got any shot glasses, so I'm afraid it's in a sherry glass. So salt, See when the ceviche's done. Right, let's get the ceviche out of the fridge. Here it is. Oh, it's been in quite a long time, and I think if you look at the recipes, it doesn't need to be in that long. But let's have a look and see what it's like. See how it's cooked in the lemon or in the lime. You can see how the flesh has gone white. Should be eating it with crackers really, but I don't think I've got any. So we'll just try it as is, just with a fork. It's gone really firm. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That is delicious, and I tell you what, the orange does make a difference. That is a success. Oh, that is delicious. That is absolutely fantastic. So, Ceviche Plaice. Really delicious. Lime, half an orange, a bit of salt, and some white fish meat. And I say Plaice, definitely it worked with. I tried some with white in the other day, it was very nice. Hoping to soon get a pollock and have a go with a pollock would be nice as well. To be recommended. Right, now these should be eaten with crackers. I'll take my hat off in the house. But we haven't got any, so I went and got some paprikes out, and I've got a bit of chili sauce, a bit of red hot chili sauce there. Frank's red hot chili sauce, other brands are available. And let's try putting a bit of this on a paprika. bit of Frank's on it. See how that goes. Oh, what goes with a bit of Frank's? Oh yeah. Yeah. So try that again. Got a bit of poppadom, bit of the ceviche. This is what they call a fusion, I guess, because it's a bit of east and west. A bit of Frank's. Oh, that is so good. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Very good, and the Frank's really sets it off tea. Poppadom, bit of Frank. Oh, that is so good. So, catch you later for more Cooking with Chris. I'm going to finish off my ceviche